So I got a little secret that I've been keeping, something that we've been working on behind the scenes and that I am so freaking excited about. And I wanted you to be the first to hear it. Many of you know I launched the Imagos Income Fund, which is our private investment fund that pays our investors a target of 10% per year. And you basically partner with us on being the bank. But what we really wanted to build was not just another fund. There are so many investment funds and opportunities out there nowadays that can get you around that type of return. So the question I started asking myself was, how do we create something in the investment space that is so valuable, that is so unique, that is so cool, people can't help but want to be a part of it? And that is what is leading us to what we believe is creating a new category of investment fund. I've done a lot of research on it. I don't know anyone that's doing this in the fund space, not one. And that either means I'm going to be wrong because they're not doing it for a reason, or that means that we are going to pioneer something that I believe is going to be extremely special, extremely unique, and makes us a very big outlier in a space that has gotten very bland, very boring, and honestly, not very fun. So I'm going to talk about that in today's episode and share with you what we're building, why we're building it, what it actually is. And I would love your thoughts and feedback on it. Let's dive in today's episode. What's going on, guys? Matty A here. As always, it's great to be with you. You guys know that I've been, investing in real estate for the last 16 years. That's all I know. I have been a full-time real estate investor and operator my entire career. I have also been podcasting for the last 11 years, and I've interviewed some of the most successful investors, real estate investors, business owners, people that are just great at making money and building wealth. And one of the things that I've consistently heard from these individuals is that the point of them earning money is to buy back more of their time. No brainer. Shocker, right? I think a lot of us in our worlds nowadays have a similar desire to continue to keep earning so you can do more of what? Not working more, but finding ways to buy back more of your time to allocate it in the ways that really, really matter to you. People are prioritizing freedom. And so money just happens to be the tool and the means that allows you to unlock more freedom in your life, to go on the trip with your family, to give it to a charity or a cause that matters to you, to focus on building a project that you're super fired up and passionate about and gets you excited to get out of bed every day, whatever it may be. We have to trade time for money in many aspects of our life to get the exchange of value that brings in more money to then decide how we allocate it to unlock more freedom. And so as I was really working hard behind the scenes on trying to identify how do we build something that just isn't another investment fund, right? Just isn't another average, boring, mediocre vehicle that really, let's be honest, nowadays, investing and finding ways to generate returns is easier than it has ever been before. You can invest in treasuries, you can invest in private credit, you can invest in interval funds, you can invest in syndicators now, crowdfunding, you can pull up an app on your phone to get into your brokerage account and trade stocks or invest in cryptocurrency. I mean, it is easier than it has ever been before. So we're not going to be easier to invest in. So we got to solve another problem. And who do we specifically want to align with? Who is our avatar for this investment fund? And how do we, one, solve that problem for them? But how do we give them value beyond just earning money? Because for so many decades, private investing in these types of funds like Imagos Income Fund, they really competed on one thing, and that was one number, the return that you can provide me as an investor. And that worked for so long because the options oftentimes were scarce. But now it isn't. The number stopped being a differentiator because you can look up and find access to hundreds of different private investment funds that generally have some level, we'll call it a threshold of 8 to 10 to 12% that you could probably get as a return. And so I went, okay, so now, capital is getting commoditized. Investors are just becoming another line item. If you're lucky when you invest in most of these funds, because that's really all you needed to do was you get them in and you produce the return for them, and that's it. And the number is what gets people to the table. But as time has gone on, I've realized that it's oftentimes not what keeps them there and makes them sticky. Most investors, they get on a discovery call, they get a wire confirmation when their, money comes over. They get what they want from you. You're lucky if you get a PDF for, an investment summary update every 90 days. Maybe you get a call every once in a while, but that's really the whole relationship. And so I said, well, how do we really change the experience? Keyword there, experience that investors get beyond just the return. And this is what we have been focusing on. So then I said, okay, well, how do I really start to hone in on who the investor is that I want to attract into the Imagos Income Fund? What are their problems? What are their passions? What are the things that they love and enjoy? What kind of experience, keyword there, I'm going to keep saying that word, do we really want to provide our investors? And as we honed in on this, you have to get really clear on who your avatar is. No matter what your product is, no matter what your podcast is, no matter what your service is, like you got to know that you're not serving everyone. Who do you really want to serve? And that may narrow your, target market audience down. That may have it be really big, right? That's for you to discover. But for me, I said, okay, my avatar is somebody that's not struggling to earn. They're a high income earner. They're really struggling to get time and access to the things that they really have passions for and want to experience and spend more time on going forward. They may be a doctor or a business owner or a founder or a, agency owner. They know they've solved the earning problem. Making money is not their problem. It's where do they allocate it? And based on where they allocate it, how do they get more time back? And based on who they park it with, what kind of experience and value does that person provide and give to them that makes them irreplaceable, brings them back time and time again to keep doing business with? And a lot of these people, they hit a ceiling, right? They can only work so much. They can only make so much money. And they find a way to create that income stream, but they don't find a way to get access to the people and the vehicles and the experiences that they really desire. We want to focus on the people that have got plenty of money, but they still don't have access to certain things that we might be able to provide them. And what are those things that we can provide them? I'll share more on that in a second. So for a lot of people, money buys you options. And you can Google shit and you can find stuff online, but how can we give them access to stuff they can't get? How do we make, again, ourselves irreplaceable? So if they've got money that they can invest, but even though that money maybe can't buy them access to the things that they really want, that could be a very unique angle that we might be able to check all the boxes on. And so for a lot of people, right, one of the quotes that I think resonates with all of us is, it's not that we have a short time to live. This is a great Seneca quote. It's not that we have a short time to live, but that we waste much of it. And I think there are a lot of people that are, really looking to find ways to continue to maximize life's experiences, knowing that we have a very fleeting amount of time that moves very quickly. And if we're going to work this hard and earn this much, we might as well have it working for us, but also unlocking more things beyond just making us more of the money. And so this is what we decided is going to be our angle and what we focus on building here at what we are calling Imagos X. It is a sister to Imagos Capital, right? Our capital arm. We are calling it experiential capital. Experiential investment funds is what we are focused on. And here's our unique angle that nobody can replicate, that we are doing it. And I've got a world-class partner in this space in Imagos X that has been doing this for over a decade, working and servicing as a private concierge and bespoke experience curator for ultra high net worth celebrities, influencers, reality TV stars, athletes, you name it. He's worked with many of them. And these are not your Ticketmaster type of experiences or, TripAdvisor type of experiences. These are elite, one-of-a-kind experiences, unlike anything other. If you look up certain brands like Black Knight or Quintessentially or Bespoke, they usually will charge you. They do this service that he does. They usually charge you anywhere from $25,000 to $50,000 just to get access to some of the experiences that we have access to now and are providing investors in our fund. Hey, what's up, guys? I'm so excited to announce if you are an investor looking to generate consistent passive income, then I've got something for you. I just launched the Imagos Income Fund. It is a private investment debt fund. So instead of relying on long-term appreciation or big exit events like most real estate syndications do, we decided to keep it simple. Focus on first position, asset-backed lending just like a bank, meaning your investment is backed by real collateral and structured to produce income from day one. The target return, 10% paid out annually and also paid out monthly. So no guesswork, real passive returns, true mailbox money. And because we're in the debt position, not equity, we're able to prioritize downside protection, maintain shorter durations, and stay in control of the risk, which is most important in environments like this. This is built for investors who want steady cash flow, strong capital preservation, and real asset exposure without the headaches of owning, managing, and waiting years for a payoff. So if this resonates with you, if you want to learn more, I put together a full investor presentation breaking everything down. All you got to do is just text the word income to 844-447-1555. That's income to 844-447-1555. I'll send you everything so you can see if it's a fit for your portfolio. So the question that I couldn't put down, this new category, how do we create this new category without breaking what makes investing work, right? The fundamentals are sacred to investing. You need real assets, you need real underwriting, you need real downside and protection and risk mitigation, you need real returns. And at the same time, everything around them and those things are what we do best. Those haven't changed. And also understanding that the returns and a lot of the experience has become very bland, very boring, and honestly, really, really underwhelming and oftentimes underperforming. So we decided we're going to create one house with two doors. Door number one is Imagos Capital, right? That's our real commercial real estate. That's our private credit. These are the options. You can partner with us to be the bank, not the borrower. And our team does all the heavy lifting on deploying the capital, right? Making sure that the money is working accordingly, producing the returns, and checking that baseline box. That should be a default. It's got to happen no matter what. Cool. We can continue to do that. We're not going to break that model. But here's where door number two starts to become very unique and very exciting to us, which is Imagos X. the private concierge and access company that gets people the ability to get access to experiences. And if you haven't checked out the website yet, Imagos, IMAGOSX.com, and you can see what we can do, whether it's jets, sold out suites, F1 Paddock Club, unbookable tables at restaurants, shopping experiences on Rodeo Drive to shut down the whole store, rare assets, first in line at the new release of, you name it, my guy can get it. So this is something that I went, this has such a unique and aligned marriage with my passions and the things that, one, I want to experience out of life, and two, I want to be able to provide and give access to other high earners and people who haven't had access to these kind of things. And that's how we become irreplaceable in people's worlds. This is something that is going to be a unique value proposition that no other fund can offer their investors. The key here is, the only key that opens up door number two is you got to be a partner on our capital side. You got to be invested in the fund and allow yourself to, one, earn, to two, get the access, to three, be able to enjoy. And that was the unique ecosystem that I felt would be something really, really fun for us to build, that also aligns with, one, my skill set and our team and what we've been doing for the last 15 years, and two, our partner in Imagos X and what he's been doing for the last decade plus. So great thing is we can provide a unique value proposition to those people who would be considering paying a serious annual membership for some of these other bespoke companies. But if you're investing in our fund, you don't pay that membership. And guess what? Instead of paying and seeing that go to, an expense line item, you can invest and unlock that same access by being in our fund. So this is what we're calling experiential capital. We deploy the capital and you get to live the return. Now, of course, there's going to be, I'm sure, many nuances and challenges and things that we're going to have to work out. But this is what I'm extremely excited about. So we've come up with this kind of, acronym that we're calling ALIGN, because that was my goal, is how do I align my passions, my skill sets, and the value that I ultimately want to provide for people and get out of life myself and give access to them to get out of it as well. And so this acronym of ALIGN, A being asset backed, right? The asset that these things are ultimately collateralized by, the leverage, whose time does it cost? It needs, your attention. And this becomes a job for a lot of people. If you're going to have to go and do these things for yourself, we can be the leverage for you. Included, what comes beyond the distribution? What do you get beyond just that normal, boring, average experience in a fund? Well, we're going to be including a lot of amazing things beyond just the investment experience. And we're going to amplify your life by being invested with us. G, gatherings. Who else is at the table? Being aligned in this network with us now, these are all high earners that value, one, making money, but two, maximizing life's experiences. So now all of a sudden we're creating an underlying network that attracts the best and the who's who coming into our world. And we can create gatherings, we can create connection, we can create network. And that becomes something extremely powerful and aligned. And N is now. We all only have a certain amount of time on this earth. And a lot of people are waiting until they're 65, 70, 80 to go and actually enjoy the fruits of their labor. If you're investing for the future, but you should also be able to allocate what you're investing and earning to experiencing and unlocking the best things that that money can buy right now. So that is what we're building here at Imagos Capital and Imagos X. And this new category that we're carving out is something that I'm extremely excited about. It's new. There's going to be, I'm sure, questions and challenges and roadblocks and haters and whatever it may be. but we're going to build this in public. And I would love for you to join along in this journey. And if you're somebody that loves making money and you love traveling and you love experiences that actually make a life so much more valuable and fruitful, this is where all three of those things collide. And we would love to chat with you. If you want to text the word income to 844-447-1555, that'll give you an opportunity to connect with me to discuss investing in the fund or just learning more about what it is that your goals are and whether it's us or somewhere else that we can point you in. Of course, always happy to add value, but really excited about this new house that we're building. One house, two doors, and we are going to look at how we can transform experiential investing and make it a new category in the fund space. So follow along, give any support that you can. If you know somebody that might get some value from this or be interested in this, please do share it with them. As always, keep invested in yourself and your wealth on your march to $1 million and beyond. We'll see you guys in the next episode. Cheers. Well, that wraps up today's episode. Thank you so much for tuning in. As always, you guys know this show would not be what it is without you, the amazing listener, the support, sharing this out with other people who can gain value from it, taking 60 seconds to leave a review. If you haven't done so already, those things mean the world to us and ultimately help us spread this message out to as many people as we possibly can to help them on their wealth building journey. If you have any particular links or resources that you're trying to track down that were mentioned in this interview, be sure to check out this episode at millionairemindcast.com, where you can find access to all that information. And of course, if you haven't checked out the Wise Investor Vault yet, be sure to head over to wiseinvestorvault.com to check out all the tools, all the resources, the checklists, the spreadsheets, the trackers, all kinds of amazing things that can help you on your wealth building journey at the wiseinvestorvault.com. If you haven't connected with me on social media yet, I'm consistently putting out more content, stories, value to help you on your wealth building journey. And one of the best and most exciting things for me on a weekly basis is getting to connect with you guys. Getting your DMs, hearing what things impacted you, what you need help with is a big way that we continue to drive the content for this show. So if we're not connected and following each other on Instagram, on social media at official Matty A, give me a like and a follow. Would love to connect with you there. And of course, don't forget to get on my deals list. If you're an accredited investor, you want to look at more deal flow. You want to see what deals I have access to, what deals I'm raising capital for. This is an exclusive list that I only put out to my accredited investor list, my Millionaire Mindcast family. So text the word deals to 844-447-1555. And with that being said, thank you again so much for supporting the show. Until next week's episode, keep investing in yourself and your wealth on your march to $1 million and beyond. Cheers.